I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby.
So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day.
Sir, please, is there anything I can do, sir, please? Don't do this to my wife, man. You don't know what you're doing to my family, man. Please, I'm begging you. I'm literally where am I going to put my feet? Sir, I'm begging you, please. Please. Please.
You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So, no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know?
Okay, I don't want that man taking my picture. Why don't you take him out of here?
Sir, you hit me.
I'm gonna do
You
that
hit
next,
me.
okay?
Sir, okay, now
you take my picture then. I don't know you.
I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
I didn't break the law. I'm not going to be found guilty of anything. This is a waste of time. If you guys want to know who I am, I'll tell you who I am. Okay. You want to know what I'm doing here? I'll tell you what I'm doing here.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now. She spit in my face.
Please, sir, please don't make me sleep in jail tonight, sir, please. I'm begging.
We're not criminals.
They're going to make me sleep in jail.
Why?
Sir, please. Please.
Dude, please.
Sir, please.
Oh my
Come on,
God,
man.
don't do that to him.
You
He
guys
didn't
don't know
even
what
bring-
you're doing to me, man.
Why? Where are you
Ma'am,
taking
stand right
me?
here. Ma'am,
Oh man,
ma'am,
I'm just
ma'am,
walking
ma'am.
on
No, you can't go
You guys really don't know what you're doing in my life with this, man. Seriously, please.
We really haven't been getting a lot of support from the community. You know, we need help getting hotels. We pretty much got the food and gas covered, but if there's any way anyone can help out in any way, guys, the hotels, the fees have really been killing us. You know, we don't make $1 million. We don't make a whole lot of money. But if there's any way anyone can help out, please. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Today's video takes us to Houston, Texas, where we find PayPal Patty taking a call from his long-lost buddy, Earl David Worden. Yeah, he's done some unspeakable things to his daughters, and right now he's in the Harris County Jail there in Houston on appeal. He's waiting for appeal. Apparently they had a hung jury and jury tampering, so he claims. But appeal cases can take quite a while, so he's going to be sitting there in the Harris County Jail. He's not getting out anytime soon, but he thinks he'll be freed eventually. That would be a tragedy of justice if that happened. But let's all sit back, give a listen, and I normally would say enjoy. There's nothing to enjoy about this case. You may rot in hell. Earl David Worden.
Okay, David, you're live.
All right. Finally. So, for everybody that's been waiting to hear from me, I apologize that it's taken so long, but it's, I have to coordinate with Patrick or Justin to get the word out. So, let's see, where to begin? So, first off, everybody, I got some letters. I've already been to TDC, and I was brought back on a bench warrant for my appeal. And for everybody that wrote me letters, I got several letters from people when I was at TDC, but I could not bring them back with me, so I didn't get to save your addresses. So what I'm going to have you do is Justin is going to take letters into his P.O. box.
Now, Earl keeps talking about Justin. This is Justin Pulliam. But I thought that he separated himself from PayPal Patty and Earl David Warren, because for a long time he wasn't getting along with PayPal Patty. Claimed that PayPal Patty was using him. So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe he's desperate for friends. Man, you're looking for friends in all the wrong places, my man. But let's continue.
For me, and then wherever I am, Justin will send them to me. And I've had people ask about ordering magazines for me or books. Again, coordinate with Justin on that. Justin Pulliam. Patrick will put a link to his email in the description for this video when he gets a minute. So a lot of people are asking what went wrong with my trial. You know, we had a hung jury the first night, and the next day that changed. Well, what went wrong was jury tampering. Basically, the trolls showed up with, that certain lady that's been stalking me for the last 4 years, who's been saying she was going to interfere with the jury.
Oh, jury tampering, huh? He wants to blame it on the trolls. I don't see how you could have not been convicted fully and gone to prison forever for what you did to your daughters. I gotta let a few minutes go by before I can tell everybody what you did, because that's the way YouTube works. But not to worry, I'm gonna expose you.
And the night before the trial, she sent me a text message saying, that she was going, indicating that she was going to tamper with the jury. And the DA fought sequestering the jury, so the jury was actually walked right by her several times, and she had the opportunity to mess with them then. And after we let everybody go at night, when she was walking back, when they were walking with their cars, she had an opportunity to get to them. We raised this issue as part of an appeal, and the judge didn't follow the law. He actually completely ignored the law, and all he wanted to talk about was my jury, my jury, my jury.
But I tell you what, good people, if this Peckerwood gets off on his appeal, there's a special place in hell for him. But I tell you one thing, I think that somebody would get to him way before he gets to where I'm talking about. Yeah, because the things he did to his daughters are horrific. And like I said, I'll talk about that in a few more minutes.
When in fact, my jury has nothing to do with what the law says he has to measure, the prong test that he has to use to assess jury tampering. So he failed to do his job. And so now we're on appeal to the Texas Appeals Court. And it takes 8 to 12 months to hear back on that. So I've been sitting in the Harris County Jail. That's where I'm at now. And I'm waiting to go back to TEC, where I will wait to hear on that appeal, which we expect will be granted. That'll give me a new trial. And this time the jury will be sequestered. Because without jury tampering, we do not believe they can get a guilty verdict.
Any jury in its right mind would find this Peckerwood guilty of what he did to his young daughters repeatedly. I'm talking about more than once. I'm talking about on a continuing basis. Look at him, 70 years old. Give him 10 years. That'll be a life sentence. Just let him serve the rest of his life in prison with Bubba and the boys. Right now he's in county jail. Oh man, you need to go to the slammer. Right now he's in the pokey. Hey, you washing anybody's underwear there, Earl? He likes to be called David so he won't be recognized. Punk.
I mean, I'll give you one example of something from the trial. My niece, who I'm not very close to, is very close to this daughter. My daughter, when asked about her, described her as her best friend, her soulmate, said they have no secrets and that they don't lie to each other. When I was arrested, that niece asked my daughter, was it true? Her allegations true? And she told her, no, absolutely not. Well, my niece wrote an affidavit and she came and testified. That's just one example. You can get with Justin Pulliam or John Gray. Both of them were present at the trial, and I'm not going to speak for them, but let them tell you what their opinions were.
Okay, so here's the deal. This is Earl David Worden. Yeah, he doesn't like the police, and he's made some First Amendment videos as well as some Second Amendment videos, and he hates the cops. But one thing he apparently loves is, how shall we put this, defouling his daughters? Yeah, no, man, that is just too sick for me to talk about. Yeah, oh man, why would you do that to your flesh and blood? And then he wants to say, oh well, it never happened. Right, that poor girl is traumatized for the rest of her life and she's too scared to talk about it.
Based on the testimony they heard, they had no preconceived notions, and they have no axe to grind in this. So,
For everyone who's watching, if you're wondering, yes, this is David, News Now Houston, News Now Community. So if you have any questions or concerns, I've gotten a lot of comments about where's David, how's David, what's his status. This is why we got him on the phone, so he can explain to you guys what he's going through, where he's at, and all that. So
yeah, the trolls have been saying what they say all along. Oh, you're guilty, you're guilty, you're guilty. You know, well, if I'm so guilty, why not let me have my fair trial? That is all I've asked for. I've not asked anybody to side with me or sympathize with me. All I asked was that I have an open and fair trial, and I encourage people to come to that trial.
So what have you done to your daughter, Earl? You scared the living bejesus out of her and told her if she doesn't recant her story that you're going to do something even more horrific to her? Is that what you told her, Earl? You're a piece of dog shit. You really are, man. You're worse than the lowest piece of dog shit on the planet. Look at you. You know, that got that grin on his face. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. If you do go to the slammer, they look very dimly upon what you've done to your daughters. Yeah, they're going to show you a good time. You sure got a pretty mouth, boy.
He got a real pretty mouth, ain't he?
Not to tamper with the jury, but just to hear the evidence for themselves.
well, the jury was tampered with. We know that.
Yes. There's no doubt about whether the jury was tampered with. One of the jurors himself has admitted that somebody handed him a note and they were tampered with. So, you know, I've had nothing to hide throughout this. The only thing I have said is, asked of anybody was, see the evidence for yourself and let me have a fair trial. Well, the trolls couldn't do that. They couldn't have me, you know, be found not guilty or have a hung jury. That would be unacceptable to them, you know, because that doesn't get me out of the way. You know, the bootlickers got to have their way.
Well, I tell you something, Earl, baby. If you're talking about bootlickers in the sense that we stand for law and order and justice, yeah, then we're all bootlickers. But I tell you one thing more. When you leave this earth, you will be judged by what you've done here. And you've been a horrible person. You've done unspeakable things to your own flesh and blood. How are you going to live with that? Well, you won't have to live anymore. You'll be dead, but you'll be standing tall before the man.
And they don't care if they deny a man justice. And the Harris County District Attorney knows that the jury was tampered with and still refuses to allow me to have a new trial. And again, in a new trial, only thing I'm asking is for a fair trial. That's all I've asked for. And the DA is, of course, fighting that because they know they can't win a fair trial.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, folks, because the moron rambles on for several more minutes proclaiming his innocence. Now, how do you think that these charges got filed in the first place? Your daughter finally spoke up after you violated her for years. She had the courage to come forward, and now you've done what? Intimidated her into recanting her story? Really? You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Earl. I think I'd really be afraid if I were you, because if you don't get justice here on earth, you'll get it later when you die. I'd rather have it here on earth, man, because when you die, ooh, we really don't know what happens, but I'm still afraid to find out. Not to worry, if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons like Earl, please subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks so much for stopping by, Earl. You're going straight to hell, my man. Such a shame. Cheers to that, though.
Oh, you assaulted me.
I did.
You assaulted me. She assaulted me.
Yo, you're racist.
Racist. Oh, that's a hate crime. You're being disorderly. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police.
I'm not sitting down. I refuse to sit down. I refuse. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can come try to make me. You're welcome to try to make me. Take a swing. Take a swing.
What is the reason for calling the officers here?
You'll go to jail.
bro.
Go ahead, put your
Stop
hands on
recording
me.
me, bro.
Put your hands on me.
No reason to have.
I'm really unhappy that somebody did this to me.
We'll arrest you for trespassing in a minute.
On public property?
Yeah, we're asking you to leave and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
She's right in my face, guys. You just assaulted me, ma'am. You can't come up and touch me like that.
You don't have permission to film me in any space.
I don't need permission to
Yes, you do.
record you in public, ma'am. No,
Actually,
that's
you
the
do.
law.
Salam yahala hamdullah. Allahu Akbar. Hak nuikan da kra. Ula wala fufatay.